still my town. My town.
Hello, welcome back to Connecting Clarkston. This is Season 3, Episode 15. Today, this morning, Katie and I are sitting here with a very special guest.
Do I look there when you're talking there, or do I look at you guys?
Well, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're all good. It's
all over.
We are going to spin your head around. Most people just listen, which is nice. So, but we are happy to have you here, Ahdi Dasuqi from Body by Ahdi. You guys have seen this when you go through Main Street, up and down Main Street. You've seen his sign. You've probably wondered, what is that all about? And why are the donuts not there anymore? That's the big question on today's podcast, and we'll get to all of that. But welcome, thanks for being here with us. We're excited to hear all about all things Body by Ahdi. But first, let's talk about what's your connection to Clarkston, and how long have you been here? And just tell us about your connection here.
Like a lot of us, getting to know you guys, same as you guys, I'm just a Clarkston kid. I grew up here, riding my bikes through trails, building forts, talking my mom into going over to Birdland, and that I wasn't going to cross Dixie Highway because I could go this dirt road in this subdivision. And grew up admiring Coach Fife. And between my dad teaching me to be determined and Coach Fife kind of molding that, as a kid in Clarkston, I realized that dreams are worthwhile and that change happens often, whether you're ready for it or not, whether it's in your own timing or you can't control it. And I've spent a lot of my life trying to fight change. Like I remember as a kid seeing my beloved Blockbuster video in Harmony House, what I'd do to have those in that complex in those exact spots.
Yeah.
I would walk, through the woods to get to Harmony House and buy a CD.
Yep.
And I remember seeing that house that used to be on that corner move to the mill pond. So I can't imagine how many changes that have happened that I've been like, oh, another change.
What
now
year
it's
did you
bittersweet to be,
graduate?
I graduated in 98.
You were 98, okay.
Okay.
Last class from the old
So
high
I was
school.
99. So I was the first class from the new high school.
Oh,
So
look at us.
pioneer.
Put it all
We
together.
It's like the line in the stone of millennial and Generation X or whatever they call those old geezers. You get to be in the young group.
Yeah. So with the junior high undergoing the renovations, we had a few people from the school district on, and everybody, Ann kept trying. She was really trying to convince them that they need to keep those flying buttresses. Ann was trying to start a petition to keep the flying buttresses.
I wanted the buttresses.
Yeah.
Remember those out front?
Absolutely.
I mean, people would climb on them. It was that was so iconic.
That's how the high school kids got on the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that happened too. We're not saying goats were put up there or anything, but maybe. I don't know.
Might have happened.
I feel like that didn't get put in the plans in the end.
Yeah.
No, it's not
buttresses
one of
are
those things
gone.
that you see in a lot of modern prints, but there is some elements of the architecture that is represented, so it's going to be cool.
Yeah. That was my lifelong mission. Was you have to keep
It was
those.
the only way to get to the
roof.
The roof.
The roof,
for
I know.
not myself, but other
course
people
not.
I heard of to
Same.
write messages on there.
Yes, well, they did not listen to her.
Probably
I
safer.
Tried. I tried.
Sure, insurance went down on the whole house.
Exactly.
Can I ask a question? Sure. I always wondered, it was really cool closing out an era. What was it like being I only know a million people around these corners, and now we're in this whole new high school with all this space?
Probably
is crowded now, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were all just kind of lost and trying to figure it out. I think it was kind of we don't actually have anything to compare it to, right? We had never had our senior year. I think your senior year is
True.
Full of so many unusual, kind of exciting things happening, and then we're all in this building that we don't know where we're going. So
That and the COVID seniors, I'm it's such a different senior year
Yes.
experience.
For sure.
Totally.
Wait, so you graduated in 98 and you played basketball for Coach Fife?
Yeah, I was probably the last guy to make every team. And my junior year, he said, I've thought of every reason I can to cut you, but you've done everything I've asked, and I can't cut you because I know you've done everything I asked, and you belong on this team. But if you let up for 1 second, I can cut you at any time. So really early, I knew that like my best wasn't enough to give just one time, that like it had to be repeated to get results. And yeah, Coach Fife had a huge impact on me.
Yeah. Well, I think he's had a huge impact, or he had a huge impact on our whole community. But it sounds like what you're talking about is sort of segues nicely into what you're doing now. I mean, he lit a fire under your butt. You had to keep working, hard work, perseverance, commitment. And that sounds like all the things we were talking about before we, sat down and officially started filming about being a personal trainer, like, and having your own business. Like, how long have you had your own business, and how did you get into, you said you started at VIP Fitness. I mean, how did that journey go for you? How
did I start professionally, or what got me into changing directions into fitness?
What's the path?
Yeah. What's the
Start
path?
at the beginning.
Kids got me. I was in college. I sold Cutco cutlery, and I was assistant manager of a team that sold $1 million in a year. So learned all these interpersonal communication skills and all this confidence that shy Ahdi didn't have, and that saw its path. And I was on a beer and cheese diet, and pretty much I was like, okay, what am I going to do next with my life? And my mom was part owner at Little People's Place at the time. So I became a summer camp counselor while I'm going to figure it out. And I'm fat at the time. I'm like 257 pounds. I'm a sales guy, beer and cheese diet. I kind of had a flashback of I used to be a basketball player. I used to play football, and these little kids are just kicking my some freeze ball, and I'm just getting competitive in it. What? How am I going to beat them? And so I got back into the gym, and I think because I started with kids, that's what led me back to fitness. There's a playful side of it that I protect. While my favorite thing is when clients say, that was fun. I know I can tolerate that is just fine.
Yeah.
But if people are able to enjoy exercise, or at least have an emotional connection to it, it's able to be repeated. So from there, I thought I'm going to take my bucket, my stick, my medicine ball full of sand. I'm going to work with the kids. I'm going to do in-home appointments. I'd drive anywhere to train anybody. And then I got my LLC, and I said I should take the test so that people know that I know what I know, because I know so much. And then I learned that I don't really know much. I just had so much passion at that time, and it was just getting people moving at that time was enough, but I didn't know how to keep people safe. So it was a blessing that I failed my test by 1 point, and then I went back to school at the National Personal Training Institute, and my professor there was kind of in jump spot where he was preparing to go be the assistant strength and conditioning coach for Ohio State. And so he was really in a spot where he knew so much, but yet he was stuck teaching us. And so he said, Ahdi, if you learn insertion to origin, where muscles start and end, you'll be able to talk to any chiropractor, any physical therapist, and they'll be able to help guide you. He's with your personality, people are going to want to be inspired by you, and it's really important that you're able to keep them safe, and you'll always have people that'll help you keep them safe if you just know insertion to origin. I took that to heart, and then when I got a job, I looked to interview everywhere. I'm not going to, but VIP Fitness gave me a chance. Yeah. And Dr. Mike at that point and Jerry had a small business, and it really fit my kind of intimate experience. And also they were teaching all the science of the nutrition side, Jerry being a Mr. Michigan, and Dr. Mike being in the top 5 bench pressers in Oakland County. Learning from a physical therapist that likes powerlifting the way he did gave me a whole new scope. And then I always had physical therapists as clients. So they would tell me questions to ask him because he had a different view that was kind of I don't know other physical therapists. And then I was able to learn even deeper by asking him questions based on what my physical therapist clients were asking. They changed their business model to help as many people as they can at once. A little too much overstimulus for me. I'm ADHD, dyslexic. It gives me a really empathetic way to see where different struggles are with people. But if I get too scattered and things get too fast, it makes me just like really like all over the place, and my clients can sense that energy. There's not as much human connection talks or connecting fitness to the personal side of things. So left there on great terms, and I still see Dr. Mike at soccer tournaments and stuff like that. And what was cool was I was like, okay, I worked for a physical therapist. Like, now how do I keep people safe without like just being able to be like, oh, just go see Dr. Mike and then come back to me. I was able to see that Pilates gets people moving through their transverse abdominis. So this part, this is radio, right? The part on the side of your body, and then your lats, which is your back, and then your butt. It gets it all working all at once.
Is there like a definition of Pilates? Explain Pilates.
Pilates, the purpose is to get your body moving with intent from your powerhouse, which is your core. Those three muscles that I'm talking about, get your diaphragm, your pelvic floor, it gets everything working together. So simply said, Pilates perpetuates movement and protects the spine.
Okay.
So is your training all based in Pilates? Or is that just an added feature?
I'm a Pilates instructor and a bar instructor, and Pilates is a tool in our toolbox.
Okay.
The gait analysis is a tool in our toolbox that says Pilates is working. You can see in their toe off, in their hip, in their arm swing, or oh, they're veering to the left. Maybe get something checked out with a neurologist. Like, we're not diagnosing, but we're collaborating with people to say, maybe talk to someone in this wheelhouse or that wheelhouse. And the gait analysis opens it up to where we can take weight training and Pilates and say, you are getting results. Look, whether you're Parkinson's or a minor league baseball player or anything in between. And the reason why I got so passionate with Pilates so fast is weights are dangerous. They are like a gun. Like, they can protect you, they can feed you, but anyone that has an uncle or a dad that has any reverence about firearms, if they've been taught, it's like, you listen, so there's a reverence with weights in our studio. It's not just perceived exertion. You feel that? Are you sore? It's more like, okay, like, we use Pilates to get you feeling your body. Now you gotta feel those same things with the weights, because the weights are only gonna expose what's already there. And if we don't have a foundation of our body working for itself, then the weights will show that in pain. Yeah. So the biggest thing is coaching people to know what to push through, not to feel pain, and what to push through to feel like their muscles work. That might be like, oh, I don't like that, but that's going to get me somewhere. So
sounds pretty holistic.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Personal.
My wife is super crunchy, so she's an awesome asset for that too.
I was looking at your social media last night, knowing that we were going to be talking to you today, and I did see you had done a post about how people have been complimenting, because you just expanded your business, and I know we're going to talk about this, but into the location of where the Village Bake Shop was. And you had posted about how she's put in a lot of touches, and how the front door kind of glows at night when you come in, and I thought that was really nice that you were just giving her a little shout out about that.
And Stephanie still sells her cookies too. You can still order Stephanie's cookies in increments of 50. So you have your college kid coming home, you have your event. People don't have to go without the cookies, but they know where to go to earn it if they want to balance it out. And we still have the bake shop bell. And with all the changes that have happened in Clarkston, I will say this is the most bittersweet one for me, because my favorite was the cinnamon rolls, the size of my face. And also seeing Mr. Granlund and the guys just having a spot to be to talk. So with not being able to control timing of dreams, I know Stephanie, I don't know why she would want to retire, but I know 7 years ago she was thinking about it, and David just gave me a verbal agreement, whenever it comes up, you get the first shot. And what I didn't know was that the timing of deciding whether to expand was it happened, and then I got a concussion like the week after. So it's like, I don't know how to make this decision. But what it came down to was I could feel safe on the alley just with my client list. I could provide for my family just that way. And I kind of wanted to do that. Like, I'm spontaneous, but like really like the security of like knowing what I can predict. Especially when it comes to having a job that's like recess, but yet I have to provide for my family. So what it came to was this seems like something bigger than me with like Parkinson's like group, and it opens it up so we can be Rock Steady Boxing certified. And then with our staff, they're helping so many people, but yet, you know, we've been there 10 years, and it's always like, oh, what's Ahdi doing? And we got Cole, we got Annalise, Jennifer, Janelle, like Amy, we got, you know, Jerry, who's been powerlifting for 52 years, he's 72. Like, we got really unique people that have such awesome gifts to share. And all gyms do 80% of their business 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night. With the space we had to stay full all the way through the day just to make things happen. So we've been able to do that, but now to be like a team, a family, and be there like all at once, it's what the dream has always been. I just like didn't like think it was gonna come when it came. And I just keep picturing everyone there helping everyone all at once, and that keeps me humble in it, because it's been like kind of a crazy process. Like me and my cousins have done the demo with David, because, you know, I'm not a person with like so much money, you know, but like I can stay up late and use a hammer and tear stuff up. And
this feels like the story of your life. It feels like going back to Coach Fife, you know, saying, I can't cut you because you've put in all the effort.
My wife says any question asked, I end up giving the story of my life.
Okay.
So I appreciate you interrupting me.
Yes, no, I do think like you're a hard worker, obviously, and because of that, good things have come.
Well, and also, I mean,
I feel that.
Yeah.
That's I didn't think about it that way. You kind of set me on pause.
Yeah. Well, and also being from here, you're, you know, from Clarkston, and now you have this business on Main Street and have for like 10 years. Is that 10 years ago you
so I
landed in Main
started
Street?
at Encore with a purchase agreement 11 years ago.
Okay.
And then Body by Ahdi has existed for 10 years.
Yeah, so how is it having a business now? Now that you're from here, you're a Clarkston kid, now you have a business downtown Main Street, you've been there for a while. Like, what does that feel like for you?
I felt like I knew all of Clarkston besides Main Street. Like, because basically, like growing up as a kid, it really was all trails, dirt roads, and subdivisions. And like, you stay away from Dixie Highway, you stay from Main Street, you're not gonna get hit by a car. So like growing up in Clarkston, you know, golfing at Spring Lake and working my way to Birdland so I could play basketball in Mike Mytrott's backyard and then go test our skills in Coach Fife's backyard. It was like learning a whole new part of Clarkston that I never experienced before. So I felt like I've been in Clarkston my whole life, but when I first started on Main Street, I felt like absolutely the new kid on the block, and I still kind of feel that way because there's a lot of really successful people that aren't just successful with their one business in Clarkston on Main Street, and I've just been kind of like the little guy getting it done, you know, in the midst of in the alley.
And now here you are.
Clarkston dog in the alley.
Yeah.
Well, it sort of reminds me of what we were talking about before, like part of the reason Katie and I are doing this is, yes, we know our town, but we also don't know our town. And it sounds like a similar experience. Like the more you stay here, the more you don't know. And it's like now we're like unraveling the layers of the onions of like, what is Clarkston all about? And like getting to know your story and all you were saying, like there's all these secret people, they're not secret, but they're doing these amazing things and we just don't know about it.
Yes.
And it's really cool. So you're kind of at the front, you have the front door, you know.
It's a favorite part about my job is getting to know what's important to other people. Because what I do is I sell people on what they can do. I don't sell people on packages. I don't sell people, I mean, those are byproducts of people understanding like, oh, I could do something. Whereas a lot of what we do with our fitness is opposite of the industry. In order to get clients in most gyms, you have to establish like a dependency, like your knee, you need me. Your shoulder, oh, you need me. Most assessments are geared to show where you suck and how like you could be better as long as you never leave. Where we try to gear people towards independence, like, and interesting, it just felt like a selfless thing, but our retention rate is 85%. So in gearing people to be independent, they'll go test it out, come back, and it's great because I always wanted the relationships that would come from this. And yeah, you get a lot of stories about Clarkston and about like people's personal like endeavors, and you get to learn how awesome people are.
When you were saying kind of feeling like the outsider on Main Street, you know, it's hard to know everybody's story and know everybody, but it's interesting. So when Ann and I started this, we would see Paul Angelini. We would see him different places. Do you know Paul?
I mean, everybody knows.
Everybody knows Paul.
Well, we did not know Paul, but we knew we should know Paul because we're like, this guy is everywhere. So we called him Where's Waldo?
I knew Paul without knowing Paul's name for a long time.
Yes.
Same, yeah.
And so we finally connected with Paul. And we've had a couple of people like that. And you have been one of those people. So we did the podcast with Lotus. Christina,
Yeah.
and she was talking about how you had really helped her dad. And I know I've been in the alley getting coffee from Shaded Bloom, and like all your people are piling out, all these Body by Ahdi lovers, and I kind of felt like, who is Ahdi? Who is this Body
You're the
by
next
Ahdi?
Waldo.
You're the next Waldo. And I was at OptiFest.
I can be as cool as Paul. That's awesome.
Your dad came up and was talking to me and mentioned his name was Ahdi. I was like, are you Body by Ahdi? Your dad is not what I pictured Body by Ahdi to be.
In all fairness, I've been a lot of different shapes. Not being a dietitian, but 80% of people's results come from nutrition. I'll eat to gain 20 pounds. I will go vegan, and I've done pretty much all the things so that I can have a personal experience to speak from. So I've noticed it doesn't take being a certain shape to inspire people to do well. Right. And that's probably one of the reasons that our staff have all been clients before.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That's interesting. So, and Katie
my dad
mentioned,
loves that. Like.
Yeah, you have to mention that to him.
Well, and your dad is super involved with the Optimist. I was just at their meeting the other day, and I think a few of the Optimist members maybe left the meeting and then were walking down for their appointment with you.
The Optimist group gave me the floor to talk about fitness when it was just a dream. Before I was certified, before I had a LLC, when I was only talking about like brain gym and if you exercise it's gonna hit your brain, I learned real quick that like you just do the brain stuff and then observe and then ask people how they feel and then they'll believe you. If you try to sell them on the the brain stuff first, it just kind of gets lost. But back to Christina.
Yes.
She is amazing and really like kind of a powerful under the radar person in Clarkston where like just based on a Facebook post, this like grassroots Parkinson's like charity came about. Lucas Strong, started when Christina just told everyone what it feels like to be the daughter of someone with Parkinson's. In Clarkston, the Women's Life Group, whose mission is to, give good things that will kind of like perpetuate through a startup. So Women's Life came together.
Never heard of Women's Life. Is this is a local group?
Yeah.
Okay. Women's
Life is a local group, and a lot of the members are involved with the Tree of Dreams that gives like toys, to people. And you don't hear about them a lot because they don't seek it, but they are also very involved with the Wings for Courage stuff.
Okay.
And I believe, but like either those people that are also part of Women's Life are also involved in those things, or the group is connected to it.
So sorry to interrupt, but Tree of Dreams, I had also never heard of that, but a couple of my patients were part of that, and I ended up donating my photo booth that I had at the OptiFest through that.
That was awesome.
But I was like, here's this like very unknown.
So Clarkston, right? Like
yes,
so much
and
good
I do
happening
love
without,
that.
like,
As much as we like want to shine a light on like really great things,
I love
it's also
Clarkston.
this very cool thing that there are these people doing this work behind the scenes, not asking for attention. I don't want to say attention, but
no, but it's true.
Yes.
Because like, I think growing up in Clarkston, we always had swagger. We always had a Clarkston what about us. Like our actions are going to show. Like you'll see it on the court, you'll see it in business. You won't see people from Clarkston back down, but you don't see them tell you what they're gonna do before they do it. And I think the Tree of Dreams and some of these organizations really represent that Clarkston what grit that I think we all have in us, because it feels good enough to get out there and make a difference. And if you go ahead and just tell everybody about it, it just kind of dilutes the energy that you just created, I think.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah, I was just actually playing tennis with Christina last night, who I love, and she's like sneaky connected. Like she knows
Right.
everybody, and she's so young, and she's young and active, and her parents set such a great example for all this charity work that you're talking about. The Tree of Dreams, I think the charity event is like December 6th. Whiskey Business is playing at it.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, my
That's
brother's band. Are you going to
cool.
be there? That's your photo
I have no. It was there last year. Last year was the first year that I was part of
To
that.
pop it in. But so we were chatting about all these things, and her Lucas Strong walk that was out in Holly this year.
Yeah.
We kind of promoted that also. But she's like sneaky involved, and
Like you can't hide from the, as sneaky as she is, she can't hide from the attention about like the hike. Lucas Strong, while it does so many things, what happens is we all get together and do a hike. We called it a walk the first year, but then we had to label it a hike because pretty much Jim Lucas, on the hard days with Parkinson's, would walk around Holly Rec, the lake. It's rooted. It's the last thing you want someone with Parkinson's doing.
yeah,
So calling it a walk, you had people with strollers showing up, and it's just like, okay, it's a hike, get ready.
Yeah.
This is what Jim does.
Yeah.
And it raises like 30 grand, sometimes more each year. And part of those profits are given to people who have Parkinson's and are looking for one-on-one results. There's a lot of opportunities with Parkinson's to get into cheaper classes, but there's not very many opportunities to say, okay, you have all these human elements, let's take care of the human elements, because Parkinson's is just multiplying those, and then let's kind of like see where the Parkinson's is. That gives them ability to come into the studio, write their own Bible for 16 sessions, which $880 value. Michigan Parkinson's Foundation holds it together to give us the ability to receive charity donations. They support us with the director of exercise will do an assessment on our Lucas Strong athletes, and it's been a program for like 7-8 years. So like some years 20 people with Parkinson's come through, some years 8, but often like repeat people come back, and a lot of times they're spending their own money through the year to get the results. And
Wait,
then,
so sorry to interrupt. You have a partnership with Michigan Parkinson's. Is that what I'm hearing? Like, so they do some of the training and then some of the recommendations, and they come to you. That's the partnership to have the training and the ongoing personal.
the way the partnership works is we raise the money with Lucas Strong. Michigan Parkinson Foundation gives us the ability to accept that money, and then Michigan Parkinson's also has Deb, who will assess our Parkinson's clients on the national assessment, so we know where they fit, exactly, and so that we can measure results and zig and zag.
Are
And then,
you the only trainer that works with the Parkinson Foundation?
That's true.
Yes, I thought I heard that.
So I would drive to Genesee Athletic Club and shadow Angie Ludwa. She is the #1 Parkinson's physical therapist in the state. She was the exercise director of Michigan Parkinson's, and now Angie has made a move to Kirk Gibson Foundation, which at first I was like, oh no, we're losing Angie. But something really cool is happening where Kirk Gibson Foundation with Angie is going to be able to bridge a gap between the Michigan, not that there's a gap, but like Kirk Gibson Foundation been on the scene not as long, but yet they're powerful. So Michigan Parkinson's Foundation, the Kirk Gibson Foundation will be able to help so many more people kind of joining forces. And I feel like Angie being over there is part of that. But the reason why I'm the only personal trainer that I know of in the state with this program, everyone else is a physical therapist, is because Angie vouched for me. And the time I spent donating my time with Angie learning.
Your hard work.
Yeah.
Yes,
You don't have to be the smartest if you're willing to
Right.
get up at 4 a.m. and just work a little bit harder. But then,
My gosh.
Tagline
I feel
right
like
there.
we should end with
I know,
that.
that's a tagline.
Very insightful.
the Parkinson's look
Yes.
like the church. We do Wednesday and Friday. So Michigan Parkinson's Foundation also like pays for certifications for me. Like the Power Move certification, it's very much like brain gym and early child care. So the Power Move certification, you can do Power Moves class through the township at the Clarkston Methodist Church on Wednesdays and Fridays. And I just want anyone with Parkinson's to know that's where you want to go if you need help.
Where do they get more info on that?
Yeah.
The township,
Through the township?
or just call Body by Ahdi, either.
Okay.
Do you work with any other special populations as far as like, targeted like Alzheimer's or anything else, or are you focused on Parkinson's mostly currently?
With our knowledge of the science and, the Parkinson's Power Moves is just like the Brain Gym. So Brain Gym is a certification you get in childcare and working with kids. And the studies in these two groups are like parallel. The number one symptom increaser of Parkinson's is loneliness. And then with the baby, you can give them all their physical needs, but if you don't hug and touch them, they die, failure to thrive. It's just science. So like there's so many correlations with that. We work with the demographic of helping people write their own Bible. The demographic that wants to come in and have an experience and maybe have some conversation with it. So a lot of special interest group. You guys know Corbin? You guys could have Corbin on. Corbin Knapp, I would say, is a pillar of how to be an adult with autism. And Corbin, comes in singing "Oh Canada" one day because he loves hockey. And I'm like, Corbin, like, also America, right? Like, I mean, we're in America, and he just loves "Oh Canada" way more. And over time, I've grown to love that song.
Yeah.
But like, it was almost like taboo being like, "Geez, Corbin, that's beautiful." But I realized Corbin is able to mimic what's heard. So I'm like, okay, Whitney Houston, Super Bowl 25, we're gonna listen to this one.
Yeah.
And now Corbin, connected with self-assurance, sings the national anthem before the Clarkston Parade, sings the national anthem at Dutton Hills Farm, like 3 or 4 gigs. Now he's possibly going to sing the national anthem because Debbie Berry is Optimist International leader
And your
in
biggest
Canada.
fan.
I love Debbie.
Debbie is great.
She's another one that is
Yes.
just such an unsung hero. But like Corbin's great because like he epitomizes that like it's not the demographics, it's all demographics. It's like a customer service approach. It's a service industry.
Yeah.
When I worked at Macy's, he never said, I don't know. He said, I'm gonna find out. And we do that and we surround ourselves with like, physical therapists. If someone's like caught up, you can pay some of my clients for their perspective and whatnot. There's just a lot of things going on at our studio that are meant to keep people paying one membership and getting all their needs met.
Yeah.
If you want to do yoga, you don't want to do it around med ball slams. Our clients love all of our clients that do yoga definitely connect with Source outside of our studio more. But we're doing powerlifting, bar, boot camp, and equipment Pilates.
What had you mentioned about boxing? Is boxing coming in?
We box every day with people. If people like boxing, we're boxing. But rock steady boxing is something that I would like to get certified in next. So while I'm boxing with all sorts of people, being a rock steady boxing studio, you have to have a certain amount of space, you have to have certain bags up, and to be in the rock steady boxing community, you just have to have certain prerequisites what we couldn't even think of doing with the space we had before. But now that we have a bigger space and spots to put boxing bags and to take classes up to 6, we can help more people with rock steady boxing.
It sounds like you, everything is the approach of the whole self, very holistic, comes from the heart, hard work, and it sounds like you're constantly growing and learning, and it's really exciting. And it feels like you and your family are investing in the community that you were from. And it's really cool. I feel like that's one of the things I've enjoyed about what we are doing is learning about people who have been through Clarkston and are pouring back into it, and it's really cool. But I wanted to ask you one quick question before we move on, which is we're talking about like the secret people in Clarkston and like these sneaky and sometimes not sneaky and the, just the amazing things that are happening. But I also wanted to ask about a different secret. Like, is there a secret training tip that maybe people don't know about that, people have been working out in different ways for years, but all of your knowledge and all of your experiences, there's some kind of like maybe a secret tip that people don't know about they should maybe be doing and adding into their workouts at home or with you, some kind of little sneaky thing.
Perspective-wise, I would say don't judge time.
Okay.
Because many people think about an hour and they either exercise or they don't, and they either feel like a failure or a success. When you stop judging time, you give yourself momentum. If you exercise 15 minutes, you just give yourself a tally. Also, you see 15 tallies because you did 15 days in a row, half a month. You're so close to making it a habit. And one day you did it 2 minutes, but you're not thinking, oh, that day I did 2 minutes. Because one of the days you might have done an hour. You're just thinking like, wow, I'm on a streak. And then maybe you have something awesome where you don't exercise that day. Then you just jump back on, let it go, and see if you can beat your record. And there's no harm in it. Equipment-wise, I think everything in the universe gets down to vibrations. And vibration plates are a lot cheaper than they've ever been. So if you watch for this vibration plate on Amazon, it's $250 one week, and then it's $150 the next, goes back and forth. If you get it when it's $150, like my wife got it.
The vibration plate,
absolutely.
you are supporting, you're proponent of the vibration plate?
I mean, anybody that studies Nikola Tesla can't deny the science of vibrations and everything we do.
Oh, I'm so glad you're saying this, because I keep looking at it and thinking, is that like real, or is that just something gimmicky right now? But you're saying
so,
absolutely.
The first observation that vibration could help with Parkinson's. 1908, a doctor, horse and buggy time, cobblestone, one avenue to the doctors, and then smooth road the other avenue. I'm not sure what it was, but either way, notice that the horse and buggies would come down the cobblestone, the Parkinson's clients were less symptomatic. And so we asked everybody respectfully to switch, and the symptom management switched. So it's hard to say how certain things like brain-based exercise and vibrations affect the general public, but there's so much studies on how it affects kids and people with Parkinson's, so we know it's going to do something positive for us.
Have you ever considered teaching exercise science and going into teaching with all of the knowledge that you've accumulated over the years?
It's been a joy to apply that to our team. And we all marry ourselves to the process of teaching. So the beautiful thing about it is, like, if someone jumps on my client list, they now it has to be twice, because for me, I'm learning from the people I'm working with. And it's like cutting the time in not just half. It's giving me the ability to help so many more people. Having Annalise have one time a week with them, having Cole have one time a week with them, Jennifer, Justin, all of them have a unique perspective, whether they're a massage therapist, or whether they were a ballerina, or whether they wrestled in college. So for me, the teaching of what changed my business is stop looking at my staff as my counterparts, okay, we're in this together, let's go. And I started treating them like clients, and they've shown me so much love back. And some of my staff has seen all the bad years of management and have observed the shift, So for me, it's the equal learning that happens when I make myself vulnerable every day to not know, and then just observe to see. And then the knowledge comes in, and then asking questions with my staff, what they see, and then we collaborate the plan. So we're all learning in real time, kind of like there's learning hospitals. it's like kind of like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're all better if no one's fighting to be on one person's schedule, but everyone sees the beauty that like this is a process.
So maybe not like a professor, but it's a constant every day. You weave it in.
Yeah, I look to pour myself into the people that are before me. Like that studio is something that the only place that I felt like home, like my home in Clarkston and the studio, is Hawaii. And so I don't look to go in different contexts and be like, this is what I'm doing at the studio. You got to be here to know.
Yeah, fantastic. Speaking of knowing, where can people find more information about you? Tell us like what your website is and all of your social media things.
I think a lot of people probably know someone who's already there.
Yeah.
And 95% of our business has been built on a gift certificate. So anybody can email, like the website, www.bodybyahdi.com. People can just like register for a gift certificate. We get the email, and my mom is the administrative assistant. She holds a lot together. She's also certified in the gait analysis. So then we put people on a group text where we give them the free gait analysis, free personal training session, and any free class. So wherever they want to start, we'll meet them there. If they don't want their personal training session till a year, fine. If they only want the personal training, great. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just we meet them where they are. So it starts with just either an email, a text, or just pop in. We still have the bakery bell right on the top. If we're downstairs or anywhere, just click that bell. I'm thinking because we all have associated that bell with, good cookies and cinnamon rolls for so long. I'm thinking it's just going to be a natural transition that like we're going to hear that bell and just be like, okay, weights are good. Weights are good.
Come in and earn your donuts.
Pavlov, Pavlov's
It's fantastic. So bodybyahdi.com.
Yes.
Just walk in downtown.
Or
hit the
text,
bell.
you could text
the bell.
GIFT to 248-202-8050. You could just text the word GIFT and you'll get your 3 free sessions.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. It's
I was
been great.
so nervous. You guys made it
did
so
great.
easy.
Oh,
I
gosh.
really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Your
Thank
story
you.
is really interesting, and I do think, like, sidebar, I do think a professor of exercise science might be in your future. Like, just consider that.
This podcast is brought to you by Independence Television, located inside Clarkston High School. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Independence Television, Independence Township, or Clarkston Community Schools.